In the bustling world of morning television, where celebrities often grace the couches with polished smiles and rehearsed anecdotes, an unexpected storm brewed on the set of Lorraine Kelly's popular ITV show. Liam Neeson, the iconic actor known for his intense roles in films like Taken and Schindler's List, arrived as a guest to promote his latest thriller. The atmosphere initially seemed cordial, with Lorraine greeting him warmly, her Scottish charm filling the air as she complimented his enduring career. However, tensions simmered beneath the surface when the conversation shifted to Neeson's controversial past statements on race and revenge. Lorraine, ever the probing host, delved into a 2019 interview where Neeson admitted to once seeking violent retribution after a friend's assault, thoughts laced with racial undertones. Neeson, defensive yet composed at first, reiterated his regret and growth from the incident, emphasizing how therapy and reflection had reshaped his views. But Lorraine pressed on, questioning if Hollywood's forgiveness was too lenient for such admissions. The audience watched in hushed anticipation as Neeson's brow furrowed, his voice rising slightly in frustration. He argued that personal mistakes shouldn't define a lifetime of work, citing his humanitarian efforts and anti-violence advocacy. Lorraine countered with examples of other stars facing backlash, suggesting the double standard for white male actors. The exchange heated up, with Neeson accusing the show of ambush journalism, claiming he was invited for a light-hearted chat, not a trial. Lorraine defended her line of questioning as relevant to current cultural discussions, her tone firm but professional. As the debate intensified, Neeson's Irish accent grew sharper, his words cutting through the studio like a blade from one of his action scenes. He stood up abruptly, removing his microphone, declaring that he wouldn't be part of a sensationalist spectacle. The crew scrambled, commercials were hastily called, and whispers spread like wildfire among the production team. Viewers at home were glued to their screens, social media erupting with clips and opinions. This wasn't just an interview gone wrong, it was a clash of generations, accountability, and celebrity culture. Neeson stormed off the set, leaving Lorraine to wrap up the segment solo, her expression a mix of surprise and resolve. The incident sparked debates on talk show ethics, with some praising Lorraine for holding power to account, while others sympathized with Neeson, viewing it as an unfair attack. In the aftermath, publicists from both sides issued statements, Neeson's team decrying the hostile environment, and ITV standing by their host's journalistic integrity. The video footage circulated globally, amassing millions of views, turning a routine appearance into a viral sensation. Analysts pondered if this would impact Neeson's career trajectory, perhaps alienating fans or galvanizing supporters. Lorraine, undeterred, continued her show the next day, addressing the elephant in the room with humor and grace. This fiery confrontation highlighted the precarious balance between entertainment and interrogation in modern media, reminding everyone that even stars have breaking points. As the dust settled, one thing was clear: television had delivered another unforgettable moment, etched into the annals of pop culture history. Delving deeper into the prelude of the confrontation, it's essential to understand the build-up that led to Liam Neeson's explosive exit from Lorraine Kelly's show. Weeks prior, rumors swirled about Neeson's promotional tour, with insiders hinting at his weariness from repetitive questions about his personal life. Lorraine's team, known for blending fluff with substance, prepared a segment that aimed to humanize the actor while addressing lingering controversies. On the day of the taping, Neeson arrived punctually, dressed in a sharp suit, exuding the quiet intensity that defines his on-screen persona. The initial chit-chat flowed smoothly, covering his family, fitness regime, and excitement for the new film. Lorraine, with her signature empathy, shared anecdotes from her own life, creating a false sense of camaraderie. However, the pivot came swiftly when she introduced a clip from Neeson's infamous interview, replaying his words for the audience. Neeson's face tightened, a subtle shift noticed by keen observers. He attempted to steer the conversation back to his work, but Lorraine persisted, asking how he reconciled his action hero roles with real-life admissions of violent impulses. The actor, growing visibly agitated, referenced psychological studies on trauma and redemption, but his explanations were met with follow-ups that felt like jabs. The studio audience shifted uncomfortably as voices escalated, Neeson's baritone clashing with Lorraine's insistent queries. At one point, he questioned their relevance, exclaiming that the past was buried and exhumed only for ratings. Lorraine, unflinching, cited public interest and the importance of dialogue in healing societal divides. The turning point arrived when Neeson felt cornered, accusing the host of bias and sensationalism. He rose from his seat, the camera capturing his imposing frame towering over the set. Microphones picked up muttered frustrations as he unclipped his lavalier, handing it to a stunt assistant. The director called for a break, but Neeson was already heading for the exit, his strides purposeful and unyielding. Backstage chaos ensued, with producers debating whether to edit the segment or air it raw. Lorraine composed herself on air, explaining the abrupt end with poise, inviting viewers to share their thoughts. Social platforms lit up immediately, hashtags trending worldwide as clips were dissected frame by frame. Supporters of Neeson argued he was ambushed, while critics lauded Lorraine for challenging celebrity impunity. Media outlets scrambled for exclusives, with tabloids speculating on behind-the-scenes drama. Neeson's representatives released a statement emphasizing his respect for journalism but decrying gotcha tactics. ITV, in turn, affirmed their commitment to meaningful conversations. This event underscored the evolving dynamics of celebrity interviews, where vulnerability meets scrutiny in the public eye. As replays dominated news cycles, it became a case study in communication breakdowns, teaching lessons on empathy and boundaries in broadcasting. The confrontation, though brief, left an indelible mark, prompting reflections on forgiveness and accountability in the entertainment industry. Exploring the immediate repercussions of Liam Neeson's dramatic departure from Lorraine Kelly's show reveals a whirlwind of media frenzy and public discourse. In the hours following the broadcast, Twitter and Nows exploded with reactions, memes, and hot takes from fans and detractors alike. Celebrities weighed in, some defending Neeson's right to privacy, others applauding Lorraine's tenacity. Late-night shows parodied the moment, with hosts mimicking Neeson's stern walk-off to comedic effect. Neeson himself retreated to privacy, issuing no further comments beyond his team's initial response, focusing instead on upcoming projects. Lorraine, a veteran of morning TV, addressed the incident on her next episode, expressing no ill will and wishing Neeson well, while reiterating her role in fostering honest discussions. Ratings for the show skyrocketed, proving that controversy sells in the attention economy. Analysts dissected body language, with experts noting Neeson's clenched fists and Lorraine's steady gaze as indicators of underlying tensions. The clip went viral on YouTube, spawning reaction videos and think pieces on cancel culture's persistence. Broader implications emerged, questioning if older stars like Neeson are held to outdated standards in a woke era. Supporters rallied with petitions for apologies, while critics demanded introspection from the actor. The event sparked podcasts debating media ethics, with guests from journalism and psychology offering insights. Neeson's film promotions adjusted, avoiding sensitive topics in subsequent interviews. Lorraine's reputation as a no-nonsense host solidified, attracting more high-profile guests eager for authenticity. Legal teams monitored for potential defamation claims, though none materialized. Public opinion polls showed a split, with demographics divided by age and geography. In the UK, sympathy leaned towards Lorraine, viewing her as a national treasure, while international audiences favored Neeson's stoic image. Merchandise even popped up, from t-shirts emblazoned with quotes to mugs captioned "Taken Offset." The confrontation became fodder for academic papers on celebrity media relations. As weeks passed, the heat dissipated, but the memory lingered, influencing how interviews are conducted. Neeson eventually broke silence in a magazine feature, reflecting on the experience as a learning curve. Lorraine moved on seamlessly, her show thriving amid the buzz. This saga illustrated the power of live TV to capture raw human emotions, turning a mishap into a cultural touchstone. It reminded viewers that behind the glamour, celebrities are fallible, and hosts are gatekeepers of truth. In retrospect, the fire exchange served as a catalyst for broader conversations on race, regret, and redemption in society. The video script of this event, if dramatized, would capture the tension's crescendo, from polite banter to abrupt exit, encapsulating the unpredictability of fame. To fully appreciate the cultural context surrounding Liam Neeson's ejection from Lorraine Kelly's show, one must consider the broader landscape of celebrity accountability in the post-Me Too era. Neeson's 2019 confession had already polarized opinions, with some seeing it as honest vulnerability, others as tone-deaf insensitivity. Lorraine, drawing from her decades in broadcasting, approached the topic with a blend of warmth and incisiveness, aiming to bridge understanding. The confrontation unfolded live, unscripted, as Neeson deflected, then engaged, before erupting. His words echoed through the studio, "I've paid my dues, let's move on." Lorraine's retort, calm yet pointed, challenged that notion, highlighting ongoing societal dialogues. The audience's gasps punctuated the exchange, amplifying the drama. When Neeson stood, the camera panned to capture the moment, his expression a mix of anger and disappointment. Security discreetly escorted him out, while the show transitioned to a pre-recorded segment. Post-incident, ITV's switchboard lit up with calls, viewers divided in their allegiance. Online forums buzzed with analyses, some editing the footage for satirical effect. Neeson's peers in Hollywood offered private support, wary of similar pitfalls. Lorraine received bouquets from admirers, her poise earning acclaim. The event prompted internal reviews at ITV, refining guest vetting processes. Media scholars cited it as a textbook example of interview dynamics gone awry. Fan theories abounded, speculating on off-camera exchanges. Neeson's box office remained robust, his fanbase loyal despite the uproar. Lorraine's book sales surged, her memoir revisited for insights into her interviewing style. This clash transcended entertainment, touching on themes of forgiveness and public scrutiny. Documentaries later explored similar incidents, drawing parallels to historic TV meltdowns. Neeson, in a subsequent podcast, admitted the emotional toll, vowing to choose appearances more carefully. Lorraine, ever resilient, joked about it in stand-up specials. The viral nature ensured longevity, with annual recaps featuring the clip. It influenced aspiring hosts, teaching the art of balance and probing questions. For Neeson, it was a reminder of past shadows haunting the present. The script of such a video would weave narrative with dialogue, building suspense to the climax. Reflections from both parties added depth, humanizing the conflict. Ultimately, the confrontation fostered growth, with Neeson engaging in more advocacy work, and Lorraine continuing to spark meaningful debates. This episode in TV history underscored the fragility of public personas, where a single spark can ignite a firestorm of opinion and change. 2,495 characters, reflecting on the long-term effects of the fiery confrontation between Liam Neeson and Lorraine Kelly reveals shifts in media practices and celebrity engagements. Months after the incident, talk shows implemented stricter guidelines on sensitive topics, ensuring guests are briefed adequately. Neeson's public image evolved, with him participating in panels on mental health and racial awareness, turning controversy into positive action. Lorraine's show adapted, incorporating more diverse viewpoints to enrich discussions. The event inspired a wave of similar on-air moments, as hosts emulated her boldness. Viewer engagement metrics soared, proving authenticity trumps scripted pleasantries. Neeson's films incorporated subtler themes of redemption, resonating with audiences. Lorraine authored articles on journalism's role in society, citing the encounter as pivotal. Social media algorithms favored the clip, keeping it relevant in feeds. Critics awarded Lorraine for outstanding hosting, while Neeson received nods for resilience. The duo never reconciled publicly, but mutual respect was implied in interviews. This saga influenced talent agents, negotiating clauses for interview boundaries. Broadcast networks trained staff on de-escalation techniques. Fans created fan fiction scenarios, imagining alternate endings. The confrontation became a meme template, humorously applied to everyday arguments. Educational programs used it to teach conflict resolution. Neeson's charity work amplified, donations spiking post-event. Lorraine's viewership demographics expanded, attracting younger audiences. Legal experts debated free speech implications in media. The video's legacy endured, referenced in pop culture trivia. Neeson joked about it in award speeches, lightening the narrative. Lorraine dedicated episodes to similar topics, fostering dialogue. This event highlighted television's power to influence societal norms. In scripting a video retelling, emphasis on emotional arcs would captivate viewers, from setup to resolution. Interviews with witnesses added authenticity, painting a vivid picture. The confrontation, though heated, ultimately contributed to personal and professional growth for both involved. It served as a cautionary tale for celebrities navigating public scrutiny. As time passed, the incident faded from headlines but remained a benchmark for dramatic TV moments. Concluding the narrative of Liam Neeson's abrupt exit from Lorraine Kelly's show, it's clear this confrontation was more than a fleeting scandal. It reshaped perceptions of accountability in entertainment. Years later, retrospectives hailed it as a turning point, where vulnerability clashed with journalistic duty. Neeson, reflecting in memoirs, acknowledged the value in uncomfortable conversations, crediting it for deeper self-awareness. Lorraine, in her autobiography, described the moment as instinctual, driven by a commitment to truth. The event inspired reforms in interview protocols across networks, prioritizing transparency. Audiences, empowered by social media, demanded more genuine interactions from stars. Neeson's career flourished, with roles exploring complex characters mirroring his experiences. Lorraine's legacy as a fearless host was cemented, her show enduring as a staple. Collaborations between actors and journalists increased, bridging gaps exposed by the clash. The viral footage educated on media literacy, discerning fact from sensationalism. Fans organized events commemorating the anniversary, blending humor with discussion. This incident underscored the human element in fame, where egos and ethics intersect. In crafting a comprehensive video script, layering facts with analysis would engage viewers, concluding with lessons learned. The fiery exchange, though divisive, united people in debate, proving television's role in societal evolution. Ultimately, it reminded all that from confrontation can come clarity and change.